Hello, my name is Tavri Khan, and here is my presentation for our project, Professional Growth. I have attended a meetup with the group Association of C and C++ users in the San Francisco Bay Area. They are located in Mountain View, California, and as of right now, they have 4,722 members. The meetup that I have attended was called Object-Oriented Programming, Back to the Basics. It was located in NVIDIA headquarters in Santa Clara. One of the hosts for the meetup was John Calve. He is a programmer for nearly 25 years, has taught C++ at Golden Gate University Graduate School, freelance C++ trainer, and currently developing an on-site training business. Is the author of C++ Today, The Beast is Back with Gasper Asman for O'Reilly Media. He is a speaker for local groups and conferences. He also holds formal presentations on C++ and is an approved outside training vendor for Scott Meyer's training materials. Discussion of what John Calve had mentioned. The best practices of object-oriented programming needs to be discussed more often. This was not a hate on object-oriented programming, but programmers can squeeze more out of their performance. John Calve referred to Scott Meyer's more effective C++ for some of the best practices regarding design and programming. For public inheritance or relationships, he suggests to use object-oriented programming model of IS-A, which could make non-lead classes abstract. For inheritance, remember to use two codes that are similar but not identical. Powerful hierarchies are built on well-defined abstractions, but abusing inheritance results in unmaintainable messes. Calve explains the Liskov substitution principle, which states that any class that is a child of a parent class should be functioning in place of its parents without unpredicted behavior. For each entity in the code, it should only be given one responsibility. Also, lastly, when trying to override within the code, the overrides must match its signatures. Also, overloading should occur in some scope, but not across multiple scopes. It is highly cautioned to not mix overloading and overwriting. A professional I met at the meetup was Andy Lee. He is a program analysis at Jabil. I asked him, "Do you feel that C++ is becoming outdated?" He responded, "I don't think C++ is becoming outdated. It's still a viable language to learn in order to have a more in-depth understanding of programming concept." Another question was, "What career mistake has given you the biggest lesson?" He said, "Starting off my career, I made the mistake of keeping to just a few of the most common programming concepts and practices that I had been using within my company. This mistake prevented me from furthering my career as companies began to slowly shift to more modern approaches to programming. This mistake has taught me to stay updated on newer concepts in order to make transitioning to new opportunity easier." Another question, "What is the best career advice you ever received?" He responded, "The best career advice I have received was to take care of yourself. Work can become stressful at times, and you may start to feel that you need to give it everything you got to get things done as soon as possible. But sometimes you just need to take a break and come back to the issue later when your mind has had time to rethink the issue." Lastly, how do you keep your tech skills current? He replied, "I keep my tech skills current by reading tech news articles from websites such as CNET and Computer World, or watching broadcasts of the latest trend in technology. I also check online search websites such as Glassdoor for what other companies are looking for in new hires, and then reading up on any skills or concepts that I'm not familiar with, which tends to help keep me informed of modern practices." What I think of the meetup, it was very informative. John Calve, he was a really well-knowledgeable dude. The PowerPoint presentation did have errors, but he was able to fix it on the spot. What I learned that I have to, there's a lot of things I need to absorb conceptually. It boiled down to consistent practice, a bunch of trial and errors, which are nothing to be ashamed about. Would I go again? Of course. This first meetup was really eye-opening, and I would love to go see different topics and groups within the subjects of computer science and business. I have attended an IEEE meeting on September 5th. At that meeting, they discussed membership fees, also benefits of the membership, which include insurance bundles, networking occasion, internships, and, email and its perks. They also have their own Discord group chat. They mentioned that October 1st is IEEE Day, and also during these meetings, they said that members can receive tutoring and have their resume reviewed, which I think is great for students. Here is a Stack Overflow question. It is, I know that in C and C++, when casting booleans to ints, int true equals 1 and int false equals 0. I'm wondering about casting in the reverse direction. And then he further questions, what do the C and C++ standards say about casting non-zero, non-one integers to bools? Is this behavior specified? Please include citations. And to the right, there is an answer, which is pretty lengthy, but it gave a lot of, details and breaking it down. The question and answer relates to the course I'm currently taking, which is CS 201, by explaining the misconception of casting non-zero, non-one integers to bools. I have learned that when a function returns a value that is false, it does not necessarily mean the function has failed. Also, that there is no need to cast bool for built-in types because two variables belong to different data types, they will be automatically converted into the same data type each time comparison or assignment is executed. Also, I made a GitHub account. GitHub is a website that hosts software development by version control using Git, which track changes in source code. A majority of its services are free to use, but the company offers a premium option with unlimited collaborators, advanced tool and insight. It offers unlimited public and private repositories, which are central locations that data can be stored and managed. Users can network and socialize with other programmers while sharing or publishing code. GitHub provides several collaboration features such as simple task management tools to wikis. This project it taught me so many things. I'm really happy to have completed this project, and I will hold on to everything that I gained from this.